Oh, that could be good, Wrangler. Faster bite rate. I mean, there are some like rares and stuff coming out here, so that could be a play. This is a very safe PVA, but we're going to try it. Just get a baseline here of how things are going. Okay. I'm gonna keep overcasting. And it has been a while, but still. What in the world? First fish? What's up, Droz? Might not be trophy, but it's a nice one. Let's go. If he goes for another run, I'll think it could be a trophy common. If he just stays like this, though, I'm going to say it's like 18, 19 kilos, you know? We definitely want it to be a trophy because happy hour is active. Okay, there's a chance. I've just never been good at doing that, Lindy. I never remember. So I'm not really sure. I suppose if you're, if you're actively trying to gain levels, anytime you think it might be a trophy or a fish that's just worth a lot of XP. Alcohol has gotten a lot more expensive. And according to what level you are, I mean, you get to a point where it's just unlikely they're going to release water bodies anytime soon. That's going to be too high for us, but... Oh, I definitely hate getting character drunk. I almost have to log out after that happens. Yeah, alcohol was so cheap back then, though, right? Yeah, there's more negative effect now. Alright, I'll say it. If this is a common, it's just about gotta be trophy, right? Take this long, still be fighting a little bit. It's also a weird time of day. This thing started at 1400. It's just like a dead weight over there. Well, this is not an eyed. I can confirm that. He's on the move. T-Joam. T-Joam. Greetings. Yeah, I agree. This could be a nice fish. 22, 24 kilo range. Feels like. Somewhat depends on what it is, but I guess if it's a mirror or something like that, it might be a little bigger. Greater than 22. It's hard. Like some of those 20, 21 kilo commons come in kind of like you'd expect them to. Fight a little bit, not too bad. And sometimes you get like those fighters. What? What was that? The angry ones, yeah. I thought I saw a little color for a second there, as in like, you know, mirror or frame kind of color. I don't, yeah, it's a frame. All right, that puts things in a little different perspective on what it's gonna be size-wise, right? Oh, big drock. Are you serious? I think of all of the like regular trophies, frame took me the longest for some reason. I must have just gotten, you know, some lucky linears or whatever at some point. But once I hit a trophy frame, I've then hit several since then. It's kind of weird. That is a big fish. Wow. Is that my largest frame ever? 31.7. Nice happy hour. Nice happy hour fish. Yeah, the hump is massive. It almost just looks like a, you know, the top of a big carp. Like a regular. Thank you, thank you. Chat ate my fish. Didn't show up in chat. Okay. Thanks for this info, Blenty. That's really cool. That was a weekly record, huh? We'll have to look. I am wondering if that's the largest frame I've caught. Frame carp. Yeah, that's the biggest one. Oh, that's weird. That's weird that the corn would be the slowest. Yo, Kitty Paws, thanks for the follow. Has anybody tried getting the explosive vanilla? I guess it'd have to be a snowman, huh? Explosive vanilla with the strawberry pop-up. There's a common ghost carp. Jabba. Oh, you put explosive in your PVA. That's smart. Somebody's had a 6.9 Bream. Guess we'll see what the overnight hours are like, but I mean, so far it has seemed like a pretty good bite rate. I guess that's because I spent I mean, it's a lot of time on that frame sided. I think there's a small fish on. Maybe it's not completely on yet. I was going to assume it was an eyed, but hopefully between the eyed and, I mean, I don't know if mirror carp are going to show up at all, but hopefully we'll get a few fish overnight. I don't know if you're watching the stream, Tofu, but I would just like lower your tension, so even though you're keeping tension on the fish, you're not having it above green just to limit damage that it's going to do if it's running on you. Just see how long it stays. See how fast it runs and how long it takes to start getting tired. Good grief. Seth Lugo just would have hit Riley in the head with that pitch, but Riley got his shoulder up enough to... Oof. Mercy. That was scary. Can you please tell me what you're using that vanilla pop-up and what dip it is? Yes, for sure. My first two setups are both the same, and it was my first one that the trophy came in on. I'll show it to you. It is vanilla 16 pop-up and strawberry 20 pop-up with strawberry dip. But I'll show you in just a minute. Maybe. Oh, that's a runner. Maybe? It didn't run much. It just pulled it for a second. Yes, this is what it looks like if you want to take a quick screenshot. I'm going to highlight the PVA in case you care about that too. If you need me to show you again, just let me know. Let me see what this fish is, though. This is just a decent fish. Oh, I gotcha. You spin fish a lot? Are you able to do spotting, or you could just do like a regular carp ground bait or something? I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty slow without feeding the water something, but you might still catch some decent stuff. $17 common, 17.2. Oh, you almost want this to be an eyed. I think I would want this to be an eyed. It's a little common though. Well, Mr. Crow just caught a mirror. If Mr. Crow's catching here, maybe there's mirror potential. What is that? Common. How big was it I had to step away? Oh, it was big. It was 31.7 frame. Actually, the largest frame I'd ever caught. Oh, goodness. I'm getting tired, guys. All right. Any tips on getting to 60%? I'm at 48 and it's really slow. I really don't. I mean, my usual spiel, which I'll let you know in case you haven't heard it, is use different rig types, especially ones that you've unlocked lower on the list. Mix it up on what fish you're going for, but you do want to go for as active a bite rate as possible. And if you've got a spot where you're catching trophies or near trophies more often, I think you've got a better chance of hitting skill points. Obviously, happy hour is going to help tremendously. And that's about all I got. I think we used to drink alcohol, thinking that that gave you a better percent chance to skill up, but that might go back to the luck days when there's luck in the game, a luck meter. There's actually a measurable luck meter in the game. I don't know that alcohol helps you skill up any better these days. That would be a question for the developers if it's not answered somewhere in a FAQ. My FAQ, my guess is that it probably doesn't now, but I don't know that for sure. I agree with that though. I mean, I would, if I was trying to level up bottom fishing, I would at least work in a good bream spot or an eyed spot. I think carp can be okay, especially when it's like some of those hot spots where it's like you're catching a ton. The bite rate's insane, even if it's not a chance of trophies. Like if it's insane bite rate, that can be good. Again, it gives you a chance to mix up what rig types you're using. Yo, NOT, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I'm already breaming and I got 0.3 per night. Okay, yeah, it's a slow grind. Holy cow, it's slow, isn't it? No way around it. Oh, have y'all seen that movie Licorice Pizza? It got added to Amazon Prime recently. It's a Paul Thomas Anderson. Is that his name? The director. He's had some really good movies over the years, but I would just say that one was okay, not great to me. I think so, Lindy. I think as long as you have it in your inventory. I guess if it was me and I wanted to make sure if there's a way to delete the 2 meter when you could. If it'll let you. But I believe it does. And I think I would also just notice the difference. You can tell, like that 2 meter feels like you've got alligator arms when you put it out. What's up, Logger Lout? I may not have the best memory, but you can't trick me. Worth a try? I guess so. I guess so. Hey, it's our first mirror of the day, I think. By the way, I think the quality of the fish with the 18 size vanilla has been just as good as the 22. I haven't seen any advantage to the 22 size vanilla versus the 18. Small sample size because we're only using the 22 on one rod, but it's my impression. Yeah, you know, we had a trophy frame. Funny enough, it was the first fish when we switched to the main account. It's the first fish we caught. Um, Besides that, it's just it's been steady here. It's been good. Good bite rate. Pretty decent weight overall, average. Not great, but okay. We'll see what this like 6 to 8 a.m. time brings. Hopefully another decent fish, or another good one. But either way, it's been okay. Thank you. Well, the mirrors are starting to come in a little bit. It's interesting. It's hard to keep up with the bite rate right now, but that's because of what time of day it is. It hadn't been like this the whole time. This is actually a rare, maybe 6, 7 kilos. Hopefully. $5.7 kilo. Just snuck it into happy hour time. So I'm sure that's just totally random, but that was on the larger vanilla boilies. Everywhere's been tough for you, is that right? Rough fishing today? Another mirror, it looks like. First rare was on double corn. 16.5 mirror. That thing weighed just enough to be a pain. You've played for a long time. Do you think there's any kind of secret modifiers or account affinities? No, absolutely not. I think that's what we start to think when we've been playing for too long and need a break. But I could be wrong. I don't even think there's any difference to having premium versus not having premium, but I'm sure some people, you know, feel pretty strongly that there is. But in terms of like your chance of catching fish or quality of fish or whatever, I don't even think there's a difference between that. All right, Blood, sounds good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap up soon too. I'm like fading off to oblivion here. Let's just see a couple more fish. Server differences. Yeah, I don't know about that, Lindy. I have a hard time saying that there are server differences. Like the way it was explained to me by somebody who no longer even works for RF4's company, and this was a community manager person years ago. But you know, like even years ago, people were asking like, why are there so much bigger fish caught? At that time, it was like the Russian server, right? And they explained it as this: there's just a lot more players. There's a lot more lines in the water. So by very nature, the more lines that are in the water, the more chance that, you know, specific fish are going to come out. Sizes are going to come out. They said very clearly there is no difference between any servers. If you're at Amber and you're putting your lines in the water, you're at the same Amber that anyone else is, no matter what language they speak or whatever. Now, that's a long time ago. is there something to be said about the age of a server? You know, is it somehow differentiated? Does server even play into the water body at all? I really don't know. Obviously, that's, again, something only the developers would know. But it's hard for me to think there is a difference only because I was told that so long ago. So that is like specific data, specific information that somebody told me. So just based on a feeling or whatever, it's hard for me to go against that. But that may be wrong. That may be incorrect. I have no idea. Yeah, that's crazy. Not only has this game become more and more popular in certain parts of the world, right? But if they are also like into it in a obsessive kind of way, always testing out new things, running multiple accounts, looking for variation, data focused. That stuff's gonna matter. I mean, you might figure out some little tricks that a lot of people don't know, and then again, just sheer number of lines in the water. Sometimes that's gonna also make a difference. Pike Hunter Comp had 300 people. Chinese streamer. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's taken off, isn't it? In some parts of the world. Pike Hunter Captain. Is that actually somebody that streams on Twitch, or are they over on the Chinese streaming platform, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, but... I mean, it's 11 in the morning. We should just call it. I mean, we've given this a good go. We've streamed for 5 hours, or almost 5 hours. I need a break. Let's go see how much that frame trophy's worth. I'm curious what that amount will be. It's a decent sized frame. The Braves are totally losing this first game to the Mets, so we got to hope for a better result in game 2, or they're going to slip further behind. Corey trolling. Oh, interesting. Well, so I have found at times at Corey, if the bite rate is slow, if you're having a hard time getting the fish, don't be afraid to go back to spinner baits. You are going to get, on average, smaller fish, but sometimes that'll increase the bite rate, so you'll end up doing better overall. And then, of course, just finding the lures and lure colors and the depth that you want to be fishing at based on what the weather and temperatures are, which I don't know all those answers, unfortunately, but there's definitely some variation there. Don't feel like you have to get locked into the weekly lures. I mean, that's a good place to start, but so 285 just for that one. So we're going to do really good on silver just because, and we only had 43 minutes of fishing in that spot, and we're at 620, but that frame trophy throws it all out of whack. That's cool, Lindy. Okay, so that's good advice. If it's cold weather, shallow. If it's hot weather, deep. Does that seem to work pretty well as a generalization, Lindy? All right, so this mirror order, easy.